Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to, well, the greenhouse today. I've got some major news, and you might remember a while back in one of the update episodes I mentioned we were potentially in the process of buying a house, and the good news is it's all gone through. So in 2 days, we've got 2 days to move basically. It came through the news at the last minute that everything had been exchanged. So we're in a bit of a mad rush, and I thought I'd come down today, just harvest what I could in the greenhouse, get everything off the plants, because once we move in, that's going to be it. That is going to be where my focus is. The greenhouse, the allotment is going to be probably left alone for a few weeks, to be honest. My next video probably will be about the house, and I'll show you the garden and some of the work that we're up to as well. But that's all the good news, but the bad news is I have discovered some of the tomatoes are blighted. Not the end of the world, because it's pretty much the end of the season for me. And blight can be composted, but I'm pretty nervous having it around. So I wasn't really planning on doing a video today because I was just harvesting, but this does mean I'm going to start clearing out the greenhouse, which I just feel like I've got to have on camera. As the seasons change, I've been quite excited actually about getting into this greenhouse, pulling everything out and giving it a proper clean. Getting rid of all the weeds at the bottom as well and in the corners, but it's going to be a little while until I actually get around to doing that, I think. So yeah, I'll show you all the harvest that we've pulled off today. This cayenne plant has been amazing. I thought I had the majority of the chilies off last episode, but I've come up today and there's even more on there. So you can see here some of the harvest that I pulled earlier today. The chilies in particular, just so many of them. It's been amazing. I'm just over the moon with this chili plant. The output has been crazy. I've got bags of chilies in the freezer, so I'm going to make so much sauce when we're finally in and settled. But yeah, I'll get these out of the way and we'll get the tomato plants chopped down and get out of the greenhouse. I am as well just going to quickly hack away at these bush tomatoes that have just gone crazy. I don't think these are going to ripen realistically, and they're just kind of in the way, so. And I'm pretty sure these have got a sign of blight as well. You can see the discoloration here. And it's not that surprising with these being out and exposed to the weather and the wind, the rain even, that those have succumbed to blight. So yeah, definitely a good idea to get rid of these. Some more on here. Now this wasn't planned, but I'm just sending a message to a friend of the channel, Eli, from Eli and Kate's Kitchen Garden, and I know that she'll be able to tell me whether or not this is definitely blight. Not the end of the world, these were just an experiment, like I say. I didn't actually think I'd get anything from these, so. Blimey! There's a lot of tomatoes on here. There's a lot more in here than I thought there was. But there's no way these are going to be okay, so. There's our very woody basil as well. Now I should say as well, if it was the middle of the season and I was dealing with blighted tomatoes, you really want to be careful about cross-contamination. End of the season, it's all coming out, so I can use the same tools, but just something to be aware of. Now obviously you can see that I'm composting these tomato remains despite they've got blight, and a lot of people understandably are very nervous about doing that, but everything I've read suggests that blight spores require living tissue, living plant tissue to land on and spread and all that kind of stuff, so hopefully that'll be okay. So back in the greenhouse, and this just feels really liberating. Like I said, I've been kind of looking forward to starting this process of going into autumn and just getting rid of everything. There's a few kind of tomato vines that I'm going to go through and just make sure that I've got every possible ripe tomato, because I don't want to waste anything. Loads floating around on the floor at the moment. Rolling around on the floor, I suppose. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave the chili for a little while just because there's a few more peppers on there. But yeah, we're pretty much done in here. I'm going to go around the rest of the plot. There's a couple of things to harvest, and then I've got to chop up the rest of that tomato bush that I showed you earlier. So there we go. I've just gone around and picked up all the little stragglers, all the last few tomatoes that were rolling around the floor. There's so much to do to get ready for winter. I need to get a load of stuff pulled up and the bed's covered, but like I say, I think it's just going to be on hold for a little while. And hopefully the next video that you'll see will be the house tour and the garden tour. But despite getting blight with the tomatoes, I'm really happy with how the year's gone. The harvest has been just amazingly prolific from pretty much just 3 plants. There's been other ones, but they haven't really made much of a contribution. So yeah, I'm really happy, and the chilies especially. There's just so many. Look at this, from one plant. It's incredible. So yeah, if you've enjoyed today's video, please remember to do all the YouTube stuff. Give me a like and subscribe. There's loads of other stuff on the channel as well, and you can see what it took to get to this point if you're interested. But yeah, I think I'll leave you with that for today, and I'm gonna get cracking going through all of this. Thanks ever so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. And I've lost my secateurs. Brilliant, well done. This is like the time I lost that dibber all over again. Where are they? Whose idea was it to put green handles on secateurs for gardening?